Hey everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. On today's video, we're going to be doing another Foundation Friday. And today we are doing the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation. I did just pick this up. I got it in the shade 400, which I believe is Pearl, if I'm looking at the website. Yes, 400 is the shade Pearl. And they do have a pretty good range of shades. That's what they are. Not too bad. Not too bad. I did get this at Ulta. I am on the L'Oreal Paris USA website. So let's go ahead and read the description for this foundation. It says that this is the most lightweight, breathable longwear. Be unstoppable. Introducing our breakthrough longwear foundation with breathable skin technology. Up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation provides medium to full buildable coverage that lasts all day and allows the skin to breathe. The formula's 3 oil absorbers resist sweat, water, and transfer. The ultra-thin liquid goes on smoothly to give a fresh, healthy-looking complexion that lasts. Color stays true and blends in evenly, so your makeup looks fresh all day. Non-comedogenic and formulated with SPF, this foundation is suitable for all skin types in 30 shades for every skin tone. So, all right, a lot of that sounds really good to me. Really good to me. Breathable for the skin, loving it. Resists sweat, water, and transfer, loving it. I don't like transferring foundations, so yeah, I'm really interested in this, really excited to get this on my face and give it a try. So before starting the camera, I did put on some moisturizer. I also put on the Tatcha Silk Canvas foundation primer or facial primer, just basically centering in the center of my face and kind of moving it outwards. And then I did spray my face down with the Pixi Makeup Fixie Mist with rose water and green tea. Just mixed it up a little bit today with that rather than the Milky Mist, which is what I have been using. I am going to be putting this on my face. Half of my face I'm going to be using a beauty blender. The other side I'm going to be using this brush, the Love is the Foundation brush from It Brushes for Ulta. I'm going to be doing half and half. So I think I'm ready to go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead, I'm going to open this up. It does have a pump, and let's shake it real quick. And I'm going to squirt some on the, oh, that came out really quick. Okay, I'm going to do 2 pumps. It's very, very liquidy. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my brush. A little bit out on brush, and this is very pale. So I might have gotten a little bit too light of a shade, but you can never know when you're purchasing online. At least I can't. Maybe some people can. It does have a scent to it, so if you're sensitive to scent, you might not like this one, but I don't think it's horrible. All right, that is definitely too pale, but I'm just going to try to bronze it up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. And I used almost no foundation. Almost none. I'm going to build it up a little bit just on the center of my face here on my nose. Definitely has a scent. I'm not real sure about that. I'm going to go in with a sponge and do this side. Alright, so that is definitely a much lighter coverage. The sponge is soaking up quite a bit of the foundation. I'm going to put one more squirt. I'm going to put one more pump on the back of my hand and continue to build this up. All right, so looking at it right away, I mean, it's definitely a little bit pale. I don't think it's that bad. It's not looking too bad, at least in my mirror. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. I'm not sure how it's looking on the camera. I think it might be looking even more pale on the camera than it is in real life. But in real life, it's not looking too bad. I am going to try to bronze it up a little bit and see how well I can get this to bronze up. So, all right. Initially, I'm thinking it's actually looking really good. I'm actually liking it. All right, time now is 10:26. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. My check-in time's probably going to be around, let's just call it 10:30. It's not going to take me that long to put on my face makeup, so let's call it 10:30. Let's see if I need to powder this. It's transferring just slightly. Yeah, it is transferring. I'm going to powder it just to be on the safe side. I'd rather give it the best shot that I can than possibly have it not and upset me. So I'm going to go ahead and powder this, put on the rest of my face makeup. We're going to call 10:30 the check-in time. I will be back in just a couple of minutes to let you know my thoughts. All right, everybody, the time is now 10:49. I was done with my face makeup by about 10:32, so we're going to stick with the 10:30 check-in time. So I will check in midday around 2:30 and then again around 6:30. So on my face, I have two powders, my Physicians Formula. This is the Mineral Face Powder in Translucent, and this one is the Mineral Correcting Powder in Translucent, so I just dip into both of these. On my face, I have this MAC X Aaliyah bronzer in Baby Girl, just on my cheeks, on my lower chin, and then a little bit on my forehead. This does come across a little bit orange. Anyone who has a darker skin tone than me would not be able to wear this at all. A lot of people did not like that about this collection. I have the Too Faced Sweetheart Perfect Flush Blush. Does this have a shade? Something About Berry is the shade there as my blush. Just very, very light. This is something you can get in trouble with really quick if you're not very light-handed. And then I have the Physicians Formula Shimmer Brick in Natural Nudes. I just dip my highlighter brush in like the top portion here as my highlighter. I probably could go a little bit lower just to be a little bit more of a natural, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, on the rest of my face, I have MAC Painterly Paint Pot as my eye primer. I'm using the Just Peachy Mattes eyeshadow palette. I have peach meringue all over my lid, peach butter on my inner corner and my brow bone, peach tea in my crease, peach punch all over my lid, and then peach sangria on the outer corner. And then I have just peach punch and peach sangria on my lower lash line as well. And then on my lashes, I have the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny on my lower lashes, and then the Double Decker lashes from Butter London on my upper lashes. I have a little bit of this Bare Minerals Bare Skin concealer on my under eyes, literally just a dot. And then on my lips, I have this from Bite Beauty. This is the Amuse Bouche lipstick in Date, which is that shade right there. And I did not spray my face down, so let me do that real quick. All right, MAC Fix Plus. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in and we can talk about this foundation. So I had no problems with actually like blending out my bronzer, blush, and highlighter on my cheeks. None at all. I had nothing, just no problems there. But looking at this, I am having a couple of issues with the foundation. I think on my forehead it looks good. I think on my cheeks it looks good. On my chin, and I don't think that this camera is going to pick it up, but on my chin there is a little bit of crackling. I call it crackling. I don't know what else to call it. A little bit of cracking. But my skin is a little bit older, and this is one of the things I've lost a good amount of weight in the last year. And as I have lost weight, my skin has become, I don't even know what to call it. It has started looking a little bit more like crepey. So like when I smile, like in here, it's definitely showing the age. And I have been trying to like make sure I'm using a lot more moisturizer and that sort of thing as I've lost some weight. But it still is doing, you know, just some crinkling, crackling. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, that kind of bothers me. I've been trying to put a lot more, not a lot more, but definitely focusing some of my primer in the area around my mouth. It is a problem area for me. I still continue to get acne in that area. It's always been a problem area. I have a lot of scarring in here from old acne, so there's that. And it's okay. It's just the way my skin is. But overall, I will say that this is actually looking really nice. I'm not going to take into account the chin because that's how my chin always looks. It always looks sort of crackly on my chin. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's actually looking pretty good. About 20 minutes in, half an hour in. I'm just looking at the different spots. Primarily the issues that I'm running into is in my trouble areas. Around my mouth, around my chin, those areas there. So I think on my nose it looks good, which is also an area where I sometimes have issues with foundations sitting all right on my nose. But it doesn't look like it's getting too deep into my crease on my forehead. So overall, just a half an hour in, I think it's looking pretty good. So, all right. I will check in at about 2:30 and then again about 6:30. I'll see you guys then. All right, y'all. It is midday. Let me get my phone on here and show you what time it is. It is 2:37. I think you can see that. Let's go in the shade because it is too bright. 2:37. So it is midday. I'm a couple minutes late. Anyway, let's go ahead and show you this foundation midway through the day. I'll get in the light and then I'll step back in the shadow and show you what it looks like. Okay. So, sorry, it is too bright for me to be standing in direct sunlight. I was just looking at this inside before I came outside to get the sunlight. And honestly, I think it's still looking pretty good. I did get a little bit rubbed off my nose here. I was having a little bit of a runny nose. So I had to blow my nose. So I wiped a little bit off of the nose and that's okay. It's just gonna have to be. Other than that, looking around my face, I think it's looking pretty good. Like looking at my nose creases. You can see here on my chin where I was talking about it crackling. Yeah, that's just the way my chin looks. I gotta find a foundation that looks better than that. But right now, that's just the way my chin looks. And then, you know, all my lines. I would say that this isn't any worse than other foundations that I've tried as far as getting in my lines. This is what I was talking about with my skin. Since losing weight, it just looks older. It just does. If you guys have any tips or tricks on how to make it not look quite like that, let me know. I'd be happy to give them a try. But that's where we're at right now. Anyway, midway through the day, I think it's looking pretty good actually, especially like at arm's length. When you're a little bit further away from me, I think it looks really good. It's just that when you get closer, you definitely start to see the cracking and stuff along my chin. But for me, that's pretty standard. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead about the rest of my day and I will see you in a couple of hours. Bye. All right, y'all, welcome back. It is 6:07. So I'm a little bit early, but that's because I have a very good excuse. We're about to go see a movie. And I really kind of wanted to take this off before I went to the movie, and I will tell you why. You are already zoomed in as far as my camera will bring you. And it's not looking bad. So I just want to show you what it looks like right now. Overall, I would say that it looks pretty good, as long as you're not looking too close. So I just was sitting here looking in my mirror down here right before I started the camera, just to see what it looked like about 7.5 hours in. Almost 8 hours, but 7.5 hours in for right now. And there's literally only one complaint. So I do have it worn off my nose a little bit here because I did blow my nose at least once, I think maybe twice. So it's worn off a little bit on the bottom of my nose here. I did try to touch it up with my brush. I just took the brush and tapped it on my nose a little bit. I will say this, the smell of it is gone. I can't smell it anymore, but my brush, like, you can still smell it in my brush 8 hours later. So I'm definitely gonna have to wash this brush before I use it again. Sometimes I'll use a brush like more than once. I think most people will. Sponges I wash every time I use them, but sometimes I will use a brush like 2 times before I'll wash it. But this smell, you can still smell it in the brush. I can't smell it on my face, but I can smell it in the brush. So there's that. If smell bothers you, or if you're sensitive to certain smells, you might not like this. But that's not my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint is that I'm filming this in the middle of winter and my skin is drier in the winter, and I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but all in here, right along the side of my mouth, it's just sort of like cracking. And there is a little spot here where like my dry skin came out, and I just kind of like tried to brush it away, and it did take the foundation away when I got the dry skin off. But, you know, this says, I think, doesn't it say 24-hour wear? Yeah, it says up to 24 hours. And I I will say this, it still feels nice. I don't feel heavy. I don't feel like it's been on my skin, you know, forever. It doesn't feel bad. And that's a problem for me if a foundation feels bad on my skin. This I don't think feels bad. I think it looks good on my forehead. I think it looks good on my nose. I think it looks good on my cheeks. Even my chin doesn't look like it's gotten much worse since like midday. But those dry patches and transfer, what transfer? There's no transfer at all, like anywhere on my none. No my nose. That's gonna be there's a little bit from my nose. A little bit from my nose on my fingertips there. Just a little bit on my fingertips. But my nose is my challenging spot. That is the oiliest part. Am I saying that right? Oiliest part of my skin. So my nose is going to be a challenge to not transfer, but I could easily just powder my nose a little bit and that'd be fine. But the lack of transfer of this is actually pretty good. I would consider mixing this with my Too Faced Peach Perfect to see what it looked like, because this is just a hair light for me, a hair pale for me, and my Too Faced is definitely a little bit too dark for me. So I think maybe mixed with both of these being like super transfer resistant, that actually might be a really good combination. I'm gonna have to try that. So that makes me very happy. But the dryness, the dry patches, and just right in there where my skin is more dry, it's sorry, my dog's on the floor squeaking her toy. What are you doing? She's just chewing on it and it's squeaking. Anyway, where it kind of is breaking apart from where my dry skin is, that is probably the only complaint I have about this. 7.5, 8 hours in, I think it's looking really, really good. I don't look super shiny. I think I think it looks good. That's all I'm going to say. I think it looks good. So if you are curious about this, you're not sensitive to the smells. What did I say it smells like? It's almost like a florally scent. It's not as bad on the sponge. Yeah, it's kind of basically like a florally scent. And the problem is I tried to touch up my nose. So like I definitely like could smell it then. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I've tried out anything. Maybe a L'Oreal stick foundation, I think. But, you know, if you guys aren't sensitive to smell, this might be a foundation worth picking up if you're looking at other L'Oreal products and like Ulta has a buy one, get one 50% off or something like that. Or your drugstore might have a sale or something like that. It might be something worth picking up. It does say it's good for all skin types. Like I said, where my major dry patches are like right around my nose right now, and on my under eyes, and even on my under eyes, it doesn't look bad. It's just like that one spot in here where I'm really dry. So yeah, I would say this actually works really well for dry skin or combo skin, because like I said, right now my nose is really shiny. Well, not really shiny, but my nose is the oiliest part of my skin right now. Anyway, there's my first impression of the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation. Not a bad one. I will definitely try this again. Definitely wear this again. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button. And don't forget the little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Have you tried the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation? I'm very curious. So leave those comments down in the comment section below. One more thing before you go. I do have my own online boutique that I opened with my sister. It is called Niminis.com. The link is in the description bar down below. So if you are curious what kind of clothing I sell, it is women's clothing. If you're curious what kind of clothing I sell, check it out. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.